Jehovah Jireh, my provider, Chima.
You are watching Meet Your Candidates on Onyonyo Mbaise.
Ocean divider, my redeemer, Chima Mandanaka. Everybody came, my comforter, Chima Mandanaka. Udochukwu, Untitled
My name is Udochukwu Godian, AK. I'm from Umokoruku in Ngr, Ngr Autonomous Community in Aboh Mbaise. I was born on the 26th of July, 1980, and I was born at the General Hospital in Aboh Mbaise. I have been a community person. I grew up in the village. I went to primary school at group school Ngr, after which I proceeded to Mbaise Secondary School. As a matter of fact, I was among the first students to be admitted into Mbaise Secondary School after it was made a model school. And it was because my score in the common entrance was up to 25. The minimum was 25 for you to be admitted in Mbaise Secondary School then. Okay, from Mbaise, I did my junior secondary in Mbaise Secondary School, where I made the best results in the junior secondary certificate examination. And I was qualified to take the entrance to Imo State Science School in Etiti, known as Madonna Senior Secondary School for Science. So from there, after taking my senior secondary certificate examination, where I also passed in flying colors, I went to Institute of Management and Technology in Enugu, where I studied chemical engineering. And after studying chemical engineering, I went to Bayelsa for my NYSC, and after that I worked in some oil servicing company like Chevron. I was a contract staff in Shell, Bonny Island. In fact, I have been in the oil and gas industry for some time before I left to go into teaching, because I felt that teaching was my calling. I went back to school, studied education, had a degree in education, and that is why I can confidently say I'm a qualified teacher. My journey into politics, I would say, started from my tertiary education days. I was the president of Society of Petroleum Engineers while I was in school, and that exposed me to the international community, because the players in the oil and gas industries were mainly foreigners. So we used to attend conferences and all that, and we were trained in leadership skills. So it was then that I started taking interest in leadership. And having passed through the Nigerian system of education, I have always known. For instance, I was supposed to read chemical engineering in photo. I ended up going to IMT. Why? Because I was cut off from being a photo student because of what they call educationally less developed area. People were having 180 and they were being admitted into chemical engineering. I had 216, I was not admitted. People were having 200 and they were admitted. As early as 1998, I felt, no, I should be able to read a course that I like. So that was when I started knowing that something need to be done about the system. So when I went to school, I became the president of Society of Petroleum Engineering, and after that I served, and after service I came back home, did some work, and now contested for councillorship in 2007 during the 2007 general elections. I was in ABGA because I believe in the Igbo cause. I believe that we are marginalized, especially from my experience of not studying in Futo because I was from Imo State. But people from other states whose score was below my own had to be given admission. So I felt that something needed to be done about it. So that was when I went into politics, contested for councillor. Because I was coming from ABGA, which was in opposition, I was not given the chance. The governor then, His Excellency Ike Hakim, claimed, it was election, not an election, selected everything PDP, and we in ABGA, we were not given a chance. So, but I believe in the Igbo cause. I have always believed in meritocracy, and that is why I stayed in ABGA. I was spending the money, I was sponsoring the party for so many years, and that was when I met Mr. Peter Obi. He was the governor of Anambra State then, and we were in ABGA. Oka is where we have our national convention, and I met with him. And the first day I met with him, he spoke to us, and I knew there was something special about this man. He was very humble, and he was very thorough. He knew what he wanted to do with Anambra State, and he went ahead and did it. And the results were there for everybody to see. And that was when he left for PDP, I stayed back in ABGA. But I was also supporting him wherever he was until this period. I was still supporting him while he was contesting for president in PDP, even though I will not join PDP because I don't like the ideology in PDP. I have always believed that leadership is all about service to the people. And you cannot be a leader. You cannot impose yourself as a leader to the people. It will be the people that will say, this is our leader. But that has not been the order of the day. We see a lot of leaders in politics, and they call themselves leader, but no service to the people. And Mr. Opitobi has always been different from such people. He's very humble, educated, and he is rich, but his word does not influence him. He loves his people even more than himself, and that is who a leader should be. I have the same ideology, and that is why, even though I was not in PDP, but when he was in PDP, I was still supporting him because I know it's all about ideology. When the person with the right ideology is placed in leadership position, he will always present himself. He will always render services that is going to be for the general good of the people. That is what I think is leadership. I don't like the money politics. In fact, money politics is a way of enslaving our people. Give them poverty, after 4 years, you give them 2,000 or 5,000, and because they are hungry, they are going to sell your vote. That is man inhumanity to man. I think that order should be overthrown with every sincerity. And that is what P2B has presented to us. And I didn't want to sit or maybe stand by the side and support. I wanted to be a player because I know that after P2B's generation, we will be needing more P2B. And I know I can be the next P2B. as a child, I used to remember when we used to go to the stadium during Children's Day and Independence Day, how fun it was for us as children. But that does not happen. All those things are gone. Our children now don't even know. There's a lot of insecurity, there's a lot of kidnapping for ransom and all that. We should not be. I think Nigeria can do better. Take for instance, the local government administration. My house is very close to the local government. I knew so many people that are not from my place, but they were working in the local government and they lived around us. But now you cannot see that because the local government system has been messed up with. The local government system is one of my motivation. I want to participate in bringing the local government autonomy. I feel strongly that the local government should have their own autonomy. The judiciary should have their own autonomy. Even the legislature. And when I see legislators voting against such laudable policies, I shed tears because that shows you the quality of representation we are having. And I think this should change. That is why I am in this race. I want to go there. I can talk to my colleagues. I can make them see reason why we should change the narrative. It's not about my own vote. Even if I vote and other people did not vote in favor, I am not going to succeed. But I know I have what it takes to convince them, to make them see reason that the general good is better than our pocket, our individual interests in politics. And that is what is making me to present myself for this position of representing Aboh Mbaise in the Imo State House of Assembly. There is poverty in our land, and in Aboh Mbaise, I grew up in the village, and I have always been a community person, and I see our people suffer. There is no road. My mother cannot easily go from my house to Engr without having the need to go through the bushes because the roads are bad. So I think I am going to be a different representative for Aboh Mbaise. I want to tell my people that if there are 3 rural roads that will be done in Imo State, Aboh Mbaise will be among those that are going to get one. Because hopefully by November, we are going to have a Labour Party governor in Imo State. And that will even make it easier because the ideology is going to still trickle down. The ideology of P2B, the ideology of the Labour Party, where a son of nobody can become somebody without knowing anybody. And I have this in mind. I schooled in Anambra State, Nadazikiwe University to be precise. There is this kind of philosophy the Anambra people have. Irrespective of your education, you are entitled to support from your people, from your senior brother, from your other brothers. And they do mmadụ edu. Ego chekwa akwụkwọ niile gocha ị ga-abịa mụọ a trade. Eduo gị, ịmụcha that trade, mụta ya, agbaka aka duo gị, nye gị support. Geshite nga aha pụọ n'ụwa ọjọọ. I want to bring that kind of philosophy to Aboh Mbaise. I am a teacher. I have taught very brilliant students, very brilliant. When I say brilliant, very brilliant students. And I have seen them not being the best version of themselves. That is not going to happen if I am representing Aboh Mbaise. I am in touch with them. I am going to help them. I am going to mentor them. I am going to support them. And everything is not about academics. There are people that are intelligent, that can learn trades, but nobody to support them. I am going to give them that support. By the time, after 4 years, I think our people will be begging me to continue. Securing the Labour Party ticket was not easy because I had to fight for it, and I am grateful to God that I was able to get the ticket. I have been a fan of Mr. Peter Obi, even when he was contesting for the president in PDP. In 2019, I supported him. I was in one of the support group. Ordinarily, I wouldn't have supported Atiku, but for Peter Obi being the vice president to Atiku, I supported. Now, I know that our people need a better representation, but I cannot be the process, like Mr. Peter Obi used to say, through which you come into office is even more important than the office itself. The PDP, the APC process of nomination is flawed with a lot of irregularities, and I didn't want to be part of that. But I know there are some good people there, like Mr. Peter Obi. But I was praying, asking God, can this man leave this place and find another party, like the Labour Party? I have always loved Labour because I believe in service. I believe in hard work. If you work hard, you should be able to live better. So when Peter Obi when he came to Labour Party, I was among the first to switch with him. In fact, the day he tendered his a resignation letter from PDP, you could see the joy in me because I know that was one of the best decisions that he has taken in his political career. Because even if Peter Obi has become president from PDP, I know a lot of people that are going to be an impediment to his vision for Nigeria. He left the Labour Party, he left the PDP and joined Labour Party, and the doors opened. Quickly, I switched with him and started going for fighting for the ticket to represent my people. I went, the former governor of Imo State, His Excellency Owere Onyonyo needed the ticket for Aboh Mbaise. He said he has promised his former Commissioner for Women Affairs that he's going to give him the ticket of Labour Party to represent Aboh Mbaise people. And I told myself, representation of our people should not be something to be discussed in maybe in somebody's parlor, and you will now give it as a gift, irrespective of the capacity of how competent that person is. So I decided, no, I know I am more competent. I can represent better than the person he wanted. So I went in. I fought for the ticket. The primary came and I won. And that was how I became the flag bearer. In fact, my nomination, you know, there is a difference when somebody is doing something for you and when you are doing something for yourself. I did it for myself. I had help. People helped me. But to run was my own conviction because I know that I can do better than the people that have been representing us. So that was why I presented myself before I now had help from people, and I emerged victorious. When I emerged the ticket holder for Aboh Mbaise state constituency under the Labour Party, I was offered a lot of money to relinquish the ticket, but I have no respect for money. Leadership is all about service. What can you do to your people? In fact, there was this incident where a group had to come from abroad and told me how much they have invested in P2B and why they should why I should give them the ticket. At some point, I had to invite them. And I told them, what do you have for my people that you think that is better than what I had? Okay, let me present my manifesto. Present your own. Let us compare. If your own is better than my own, I will give you the ticket for free. Don't mention money when you're talking to me. Just, it is all about the people. Now, the person that came was telling me that it was by divine inspiration or something like that, that in a dream, that God revealed to him that he was going to be the House of Assembly member from Aboh Mbaise. And on a lighter mode, I told him to go and take malaria drug, because that was, God is a fair God. God wanted to give you the ticket. God did not allow you to go through the due process. No, that's not God. I think you must have had some mosquito bite, and that is making you to think the way you're thinking. And not just from him. I have been made offers from other quarters, and I cannot sell the trust my people, my party, the Labour Party have on me, that I will make them proud by the quality of representation I'm going to give my people. So, and I had always known that with Mr. P2B, Labour Party was going to be the third force. And I don't have a lot of money, but if you like, you can say I have a lot of brain. I was saving the little I have, because I know that there is going to be a wave that is going to consume any person that will stand against it. And that wave was the obedient movement. So I played along, I conserved my resources, I joined the obedient movement, and that was why people felt that I was not doing much in the political scene. Because for you to do much, you call meeting, you cook food, you spend a lot of money. I didn't have that. So I said, okay, I will be doing the little. I'm not going to be in debt after contesting an election. What if I don't win? Won't my children go to school? I didn't have that huge resources that they were demanding. The next thing, some of them were saying, somebody bought ticket for you, for you to block Labour Party. In fact, some of the opposition, when they now saw that the Labour Party is going to be the game changer, they started cooking up a lot of propaganda. Some said the PDP people bought ticket for me. Some said the APC people bought ticket for me. So there is a lot of things going about, but they know that I'm the man to beat. And that is why they have resorted to cheap propagandas. I'm not going to yield to such propagandas. I'm going to win this election, and I'm going to win it clean. I am better equipped mentally, academically, and I'm not going to bribe any person. If you believe in the vision, join me. If you do not believe, and you think that your money is going to take you where you should not be, it's not going to work this time. We are Labour Party. We are the obedience. We are going to take back, and we are already taking back our country. The results are for you to see. The work of a House of Assembly member is to make laws. And a society is what kind of law that society uphold. The quality of the laws made by representatives will determine the quality of the life of the people. And you see, a lot of people expect more than they should from legislators. We do not control budget. We do not have allocations to spend. Our own is to go there and make laws that are going to change the life of our people. So a lawmaker should not come and tell you that he is going to build this road. I know we attract projects to our people, but it is not the legislator that fund the project. It is the executive that fund. The legislator will approve the funding and say, okay, my people doesn't have this. My people need this. Then we'll present it to the executive. and they will listen if they know that we are honest. And if you do not take bribe, you are going to be respected. In fact, you need to hate money as it is in Nigerian politics. The love of money has weakened the quality of representation we are having from our legislature, especially the House of Assembly, where the governor will put them in their pocket and they will be there doing whatever the governor wants, whether it is for the interest of their people or against it. That is not what I am going there to do. Ndị Aboh Mbaise nwe m, ana m ekele unu, na-asị unu, etoro m n'ụlọ, amụghị m n'oji bekee ma eto, etoro m amongst you, unu amara na onye nwo, agara m school here, unu amara na ma nwe onye eziokwu ma nwe onye okwu asị, anakwana m adụ asị, anakwana m ala eke ebe arụrụ aka. It's not all about me. Unu elele ihe ikwu ga amara na hi say jege me win this election. Even though we can say na atunyere ya win ya join the Labour Party because all know that Labour Party jege win the election. So here we na agwa the Labour Party. See, tunyere him vote win made the camp join the Labour Party. That's not going to happen because the new electoral law does not permit that. I will more Labour Party, and I did better than that person. I did better than them. I respect them as individuals. I respect them for the persons they are. But how and when I say that Udochukwu, Godian, Eke, Jegi win this election. And they Jegi win that election, and Jegi state a standard that is different from what you have seen. Trust on him. Putani na Saturday. Kwadonim. Onye nwere ka oge imefuni ya me. Unu mụrụ nwa. The records are there. Gani na Mbaise secondary school, Gani na group school ezu nwụrụ. Etoro m n'ụlọ, agram school n'ụlọ. My records are there. Gani je cheki, John ụmụnna m dịka onye nwụ, John ihe ma ụmụnna m kwuo lesa m onye ọjọọ, ọwa nje alọg, ọwa nje onye okwu asị. Unu etirile m vote. But ụmụnna m sị, nwaanyị awụ nwa eje eje mba. Unu pụta n'igwe. You people are going to have another P2B in few years to come. And that P2B you are going to have is more. All more will engineer Udochukwu. Putani na Saturday, tinyere in votes. Can nje kushere ndeke ozo ndeke gara lebe na ndeke ozo give after me. Utaneshe represent our people. Toran in votes. Unu toran votes. Unu atoran the Labour Party li soga House of Assembly. Can we change Imo State? Amam na November na abịa Labour Party ga-ewere ọchịchị dịka gọvanọ n'Imo State. Unu mee ka ihe dịrị easy. Unu mee ka ahapụ iwepụ ya. Unu amara na P2B sọfara mgbe ọ wụrụ gọvanọ of Anambra State. Ewetuo na ọ bụ Udochukwu si chọọ ya. Asịkwa na ọ ga win ihe na court. Ịbịa o nwere ka gara ma say this man nwere ike ime ihe ndị o mere. Otu ahụ emere impeach. Asina court akpọghachighị ya, ọ gara eme ihe ndị o mere. So let us not give ndị omekome the chance again. Ndị a ọchịchị Nigeria unu ahụ n'otu ọ dị, nke Imo State unu ahụ n'otu ọ dị. The insecurity in Imo State can be it is man-made and we can change it. The incoming governor ga-awonye Labour Party tinyere na ndị House of Assembly nyine ya ga-arụ ọrụ gaa na the 27 local government. Tinyere n'ihe support on ihe ọwụ na tinyere vote ịdọkwa na ọchịchị oni dikwere financing nyere ni ha aka n'ego nyere ni ha aka n'okwu ọnụ nyere ni ha aka otu ọwụ ụlọ nwere ike isi nyere ha aka amara na m ha awụghị my colleagues mena ha ijeme meeting. There is something special about Labour Party, and that thing special you will see that thing special in each and every one of us who will candidate. Tinyere na anyị na Saturday near Aboh Mbaise, Nahia Mbaise, Ezinite, Owerri West, every other local government in Imo State. Can you give a Jemeji Imo State? Imo State Garden, Monuti in Labour Party. Always based ne na nama. Ebesere madu. Mbalare akala. Aziza kwa nuna hunna moza aranyiho mamoza aranyiho jo. Labour Party wụ ebe olileanya dị. Unu ekwekwele, unu ajụkwala ndị ahụrụ anya ahụ and anyị aga ịga ebe ehi je mee otu ndị ka ọzọ si emege. Anyị ga-ịga ebe ehi, anyị ga-igere nna anyị ukwu ntị Peter Obi, bịakwa ọkwa maka Peter Obi gachi Nigeria, Peter Obi gachi Nigeria.
Enweghị m ọla edo, enweghịkwere m ọla ọcha, but ihe m nwere wo ezi agwa, ezi aha, eziokwu. Ọkwa ihe m kwọfụ Peter Obi eleche ma ya sị, okay, it is qualified.